Lab Technologies. In this video, we will see how we can publish our REST API as a connector in Exchange and how we can utilize that connector as a dependency or how we can use the operations of that connector in another API. Okay, so if you are visiting our channel for the first time, please subscribe, like, and share our videos, and press the bell icon so that you will get notified whenever we uploaded a new video. Okay, so let's get started. To demonstrate this, I have already created one REST API, RAML. I'll show that quickly, and then we will get started how we can do the publish and extension of that. So I have created a student API, which has a couple of methods like to get the student details, to create a student, and to retrieve the course details. Like that, I have a couple of methods. I'll show you that quickly. To do that, I just logged in into my Cloud Hub, and this is the studio where we are going to actually implement that. So in Design Center, I have created a student API and I published that into actually Exchange, just a RAML. But in order to utilize that as a connector, we need to do a couple of changes. So this is the API which I have built earlier. It has four methods like get students, create a new student details, get student ID. This is you can ignore this for now because this is not the right coding standards. Just for demo purpose, I have created this, and we have a course slash course. These are the four resources available. Okay, so I would like to publish this as a REST API, and I would like to utilize this as a connector in my another API, another project of my MuleSoft. Okay, so but you need to remember one thing. By default, while creating the RAML, I have given the base URI, this one. But once you do the implementation, once you deploy this application into the runtime manager, you need to actually replace that actual Cloud Hub URL here in order to reflect the actual operations to be connected. Okay, so I already published this RAML into Design Center. Okay, so once we change this base URI, again we need to republish this API in order to work. So first I will create a new Mule project in Anypant Studio by using this RAML. Okay, so I'm going to create a new project by exporting this RAML into the studio. So I'll name it as a student REST connector. Okay, and I'm going to import it from Design Center, import the RAML. Okay, though, so that I can import that RAML and API kit generated flows will get generated as the default flows. So once I have done with the implementation, I need to deploy this. So it will fetch all the APIs, RAML APIs available. As this is my trial account, I have created only one API, student API, which is the RAML. And once it got imported, this finish button will be activated for you. So once I clicked on finish, default flows will get generated. So I'll pause this video here. Once the flows getting generated, I'll resume. So it will take a couple of minutes to generate the flow. So the default flows get generated by using the RAML. And for now, I don't want to do the actual implementation for all these flows. I'll leave the example, the payload of this transform message as it is. So in your case, you need to just complete this implementation, and then you are going to deploy this into Cloud Hub. So for now, I will leave the default flows with the default examples which we have sent from our RAML. I'll leave it as it is. I'll deploy it into Cloud Hub so that we will get that Cloud Hub URL. We can replace that into our RAML. So that is the motto. Okay. So I'll deploy this into Cloud Hub, and then I will resume the video. Until the application is getting deployed, I'll pause the video. So this application is deployed in Cloud Hub. Now we need to copy this URL. Okay. And you need to change this URL as a base URI in your Design Center RAML. Okay. So I'm just going back to my RAML, and by default I have given some HTTP one. So I need to replace that base URI. So here I'll just remove this, and I'll provide that URI. But this is also again HTTP endpoint, right? So you need to give HTTP in front. Okay. So this is your Cloud Hub URL. Now, also you need to append the base path API/star. Okay. Because here, once your API is getting generated by using the YAML flows, if you can observe, by default the base path value will be added here for your HTTP listener as /API/star. Okay, so you need to add that also in your YAML path. So whenever you deploy this as a connector, then it will take that complete URI till this base path from here, and it will append that resource path. Okay. So now what we have to do, we need to publish this YAML again with a new version. So I'm just publishing this to Exchange. My old version is 1.2.2. So this time I will give 1.3.2. So remember this version. This version only we need to take it as a connector in our another application. So I'm publishing this. Yeah, this is what I have explained earlier. So for this HTTP connector, by default it will add that base path, right? So you need to add that in that YAML path also. And now, meanwhile, if that application is getting published into Exchange, meanwhile, let's create one more project. Okay, now just observe one thing. Once this is published into Exchange, this API will be treated as a REST API only in Exchange. But we are going to consume this as a connector, new connector in our another application. So now forget about this application. I'll just close this because this is the actual REST connector application. So I'll close this project. Okay. Now I'm going to create a new project in which I am going to consume this student REST API as a connector. Okay. So to do that, I'll create a new project, new mule application. New mule project. Here I can say like student details, or with the avoid confusion, my just create my application. Okay, now finish it off. So once this project is getting created, we will see how we can consume that. Meanwhile, let's see. This is, yeah. So this is published as a REST API only. You could not see this as a connector here in this case. This is the first type of using a Mule REST API as a connector in your AnyPoint platform. But we have another approach also to publish this as a connector itself. Like we have connectors, right? So we can publish that as a connector itself. That is another option we will see in our next video. For now, we are actually publishing this as a REST API, and we are going to use this REST API as a connector in your new project. So this is a fresh project, right? So I'll just drag and drop an HTTP listener just to build some flow. And here I would like to utilize that student REST API as a connector. So in order to add that to this project, you need to go to this search in Exchange. You no need to use that HTTP requester and with that URLs and all stuff. Now we are actually going to use REST API as a connector. So you need to just search here. So the RAML which you have published here, this REST API we are going to search here and add it as a connector to our project. Clear? So it will search for that accounts. Yeah, this is the student API. You need to select and add here. See, it will take the latest version by default. You can use the old versions also if you're you need to use that old version code. But as I changed that base URI path in the latest version, always it's suggested to use the latest version of your connector. Now I'm going to click on finish. Now if you can observe your pom.xml of this project, it will this student API is added as a dependency, connector dependency in your project. Okay, once it is getting exported, you can observe a couple of things. Yeah, see here. The student API is added as a connector here. If you click on this, it will show all the operations available in this student API. If you remember, in our RAML I have shown you, we have created 4 methods to create a student: get courses, get student ID, get students. Right? Let's just check that. See, these are all the 4 endpoints or actually 4 endpoints, 4 methods I have used in my REST API. So those are 4 operations will be treated as a 4 connectors here, operation based connectors in Mule 4. Okay. So likewise, you can use any of your REST API as a connector, custom connector in Mule 4. Okay. So now let's observe one more thing. Let's go to the project, your project pom.xml. And here, if you can observe under the dependencies, see, this is the plugin. It has been added. This particular snippet, dependency snippet, is related to that student API, which we have added from the Exchange. It means that your student REST API has been added as a dependency and connector here. Also, you can observe that here in your class path. See, plugin, it's just added like a plugin. So now you are good to use all the operations of that particular connector. Okay. So before that, let me just configure this HTTP listener. So I'll create just one default endpoint with some different port, and here test. Okay. Now once you can use, if you would want if you would like to use any of the operation of this REST API, you can just directly drag and drop, just like we did for another connectors of MuleSoft. Okay, so I would like to get the student details. I just drag and drop this connector. If you can observe the connector configuration here, see, it will show you that Cloud Hub URL, host and port, the base path, HTTP and all. Okay, so now it will take that base path along with the get students operation also. This is a base path, and that get student has some resource path like slash students, right? It will automatically append that. You no need to change anything here. Just click on OK and save this. So just have one transform message to capture the payload. And remember one thing, that default project I didn't change any implementation. I mean that student REST connector, I didn't do the actual implementation. I have just add it as a default transform message. I have just leave it as it is. Okay, so we will get the default response from this API also. And just I will drag and drop one transform message just to capture the response from this connector. And then we will deploy and test your application. Here I would like to capture that response from the connector as it is. So I don't want to transform anything here. I'll just capture the payload, the complete payload. Now I'm done with my actual implementation here. So let me save and let me deploy this into local, and we'll see how we can test this. So this is how you can actually use any of the operation of your connector. Interesting, right? And we have one other approach where you can publish this as a connector also. So that second approach also we will going to see in soon. So if you don't want to miss those updated videos, you'll just subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for the notification. Don't forget. So once this is getting deployed, let's test this. And before that, let me frame the endpoint here to test my application slash test, and it is 8088, right? So I'll just form the endpoint in Postman. So this is deployed. Let us test our endpoint. Slash students, it is failed. It is taking star also, so you can just remove the star from here itself, and you can test it again, no problem. Okay, so in your publishing that into RAML also, you can just remove that star from the base path. That will work. Okay, so let us save this. It will deploy it again. So once it is deployed, then we will retest. So now this change is deployed. We just removed that star from the space path. You can remove it here, or you can, while publishing that RAML also, you can just make sure you don't add that star. Okay, so let us test this. So now I want set, yeah, see, I got the response. Okay, this is the response from my REST API, right? So this is how you can actually publish your REST API as a connector in Exchange, and you can utilize that as a connector in another application. And you might have get some doubt, like if our resource has any query parameter or any URI parameter, how it behaves. Okay, in my case, this is get student ID by ID. This resource, I mean this operation has a URI parameter. Let's drag and drop how it will looks like. See, once you double click on this connector, see this is the URI parameter in my Raman. It will ask in this general tab, just like any another value. It will ask you like this. So you can use this connector configuration, which we have did earlier, in this way. Okay, then you can actually provide that query parameter or URI parameter in that particular box. You are good to go. See, like this, the student ID is URI parameter. We can compare it with your RAML, your actual operation student ID. This is the URI parameter, and it will ask like this. If your resource has any query parameters also, it will also ask that connector configuration here. So I hope you like this video, how you can publish and use this your RAML as a REST custom connector, and you can utilize it. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever we uploaded a new videos, you will get notified. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for watching.